Alright, welcome. This is MDawg, and hopefully you have either found me here on Twitch or through my YouTube channel, and we're starting a Let's Play of the Game of Thrones Telltale game series. Just a quick word of sort of warning, maybe not quite the right word for it, but so I typically, if you've been on my stream, or hopefully even seen some of the videos that I've done on YouTube, you know that we try to keep a very family-friendly stream. I often talk on my stream when I'm interacting with chat and the community is that I always imagine if my kids were watching my stream, which they're young and so they don't do that, but if they were, I would want the content on my stream to be appropriate for them. You know, and in most cases, that's not to say we can't have adult conversations, and we sometimes will, but in terms of language and just content in general, that's kind of the goal that I'm reaching for. So that's why I wanted to take a minute here to say we're playing a Game of Thrones by Telltale. If the content in this is as mature as the show is, then I probably won't continue to play through it, to be honest. I'm coming into this expecting there to be language and certainly some really tough ethical situations, as tends to be what Telltale stories up to this point have done anyway, especially with Walking Dead content. So I'm okay with that, and I think sometimes it is helpful to think in the extremes when you're even examining your own ethics or morality, and so I am okay with that to a degree, but if it gets too gratuitous, then we'll probably see me backing out. The books are actually some of my favorite fictional books. I hold them right up there with Lord of the Rings, which is probably my all-time favorite fantasy series. So for me, at least, it's just very different to have read the books and really loved the books and and then to see them make the show, which while I recognize the show from an artistic point of view and a technical point of view is very well done, it's probably a great show, the visuals of some of that content is just, for me, a little on the mature side. So I go into this Let's Play series saying that I don't know how far we'll get. I expect we'll be okay, because video games up to this point still don't tend to be, even when they are mature as the most mature TV shows and movies, but we'll say. So all that being said, I love this world from the books, and so I'm interested to see what Telltale's take on it is. This is not a new game. It's been out for a while. I don't even know the release date of the episode 6, which I think is the last one of season 1, but that's something we can look up at some point. However, let's get started and just kind of see how we do as we jump into Telltale's Game of Thrones. One of the nice things is that I'm coming into this on complete blackout, because I've known that, at some point I might get around to playing that. I have not read anything about this. I don't know if we're going to be seeing like major characters from the books or movie or TV shows, or if this is kind of its own little side story in a different time period. I don't know anything, so I'm looking forward to it. So we start off here with one of the most interesting characters in the world, Tyrion Lannister, saying, "The Northerners will never forget." That's pretty cool. All right, let's begin episode 1 then. I have not played a Telltale game in so long. I don't think I even made it through the second season of Walking Dead. I think I maybe got partway through that and just really haven't played a Telltale game in quite a while. But I do like the idea of Telltale games. I think they really tend to be good storytellers. And we jump right in here. For thousands of years, House Forrester have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. The darkest reaches of the Wolf's Wood, they have harvested the rare ironwood trees. Now the North has been ripped apart by war, and rival houses seek to claim Forrester ironwood for themselves, and the fate of House Forrester hangs in the balance. So I'm assuming our story is going to centrally be about this House Forrester, that I don't know if they're a real house or not in this world. I guess you could argue they are now, but before this, were they? Maybe they were. I'd have to go back and look. maybe we can do that at some point, take a break and look to see if this is a legitimate house from the story or something that Telltale has had permission to add themselves.
The great Jaime Lannister, Kingslayer, Oathbreaker, brought to his knees by the men of the North.
And set free by the women. You'd think he'd done it himself the way he tells it. Lord Forrester's sword won't clean itself, you know.
One thing I'm going to adjust slightly here, and I really won't know till I go back and listen to it, but I suspect that the game is a little loud compared to my voice, but that's just a suspicion I have, so again I'll have to confirm that when I go back in and check out the first video. Because the mic is so close to my mouth when I'm streaming from the PlayStation, which by the way that is where we're playing this from, it tends to be okay, but I'm just hoping the game sound is not too overbearing. Alright, let's jump back in. We're supposed to pick up Lord Forrester's sword and clean it, I believe.
Make sure it's spotless this time. Lord Forrester won't be happy with blood and brains all over it. Go on, it's only blood. Now that is a proper sword.
I'll have one like it myself someday.
You'll never have a sword like that. I say that as a friend. And if we're being honest, you are just a squire.
I will. You'll see.
Of course, your lordship. After you take your rightful place on the Iron Throne.
I had a hand in it, you know.
A hand in what?
Capturing him.
He was nowhere near the Kingslayer at the Whispering Wood. He was so drunk he barely made it out of his tent. Next they'll tell us he caught Tyrion too.
So what really happened?
Someone caught him, I suppose. Ask any man here and they'll say it was them.
You captured the Kingslayer?
Aye. Well, I had a hand in it.
Aye. A hand round his ankle as 10 others took him down.
See? What do I tell you?
I brought him to his knees.
Lord Forrester.
But not before he dragged you halfway across the battlefield on your face.
You're questioning Norrin's honor.
I'm questioning Norrin's story. Which grows more far-fetched every time he tells it.
Get your liege lord some wine. Go on. It's your job.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Garrett. I'll do it.
Garrett.
Norrin's family has faithfully served House Forrester for centuries. His honor is beyond reproach. House Tully is forever in his debt. They've never seen a field plowed so well as the day the Kingslayer dragged poor Norrin across the battlefield.
That's pretty good.
Fetch your cup. Tonight we celebrate. To Robb Stark, the King in the North!
The King in the North!
Tomorrow, we march on Casterly Rock, and House Forrester has been given the greatest honor to lead the Young Wolf's army and ride as the vanguard!
The gods have favored us. Onward to Casterly Rock!
Aye! Death to the Lannisters! Aye!
The North remembers!
Aye!
Got it.
Yes, my lord?
I need you to keep an eye out for Roderick. As his father, I could not be more proud of the man he's become.
Which one's Roderick?
On a night like this, men find false courage at the bottom of their cups. I'd rather he were here.
Yes, my lord.
There's also the question of what's to be done with you. It's been on my mind for a while now. Something must be done.
With me, my lord?
You've served House Forrester well for several years now, but I can't expect you to squire forever. How shall I reward your loyalty? What can I offer you? You served me well.
To bring honor to House Forrester, my lord.
You have more honor than those who were born to it.
There were those who had their doubts when your uncle put forth your name as my squire. But you've erased those doubts entirely. It would be an honor to see you riding by Roderick's side in the vanguard tomorrow.
Wow.
Not as a squire, but as the equal of any man who serves House Forrester. It's well deserved, Garrett. Your hard work has paid off.
Thank you, my lord. I promise. I won't let you down.
That I don't doubt. But for now, keep this between us. We're celebrating.
Oh no.
tonight. I wouldn't want the other squires to feel discouraged.
Yes, my lord.
That's
Now
not good.
go and find Roderick if you can.
I will, my lord.
We need a place to pause it here.
Bloody hell. Empty.
Okay, I think this is an okay place to pause it. So, I think you'll be able to still hear my audio as I make this quick change here, but it's never good in a story, right, when something important happens to our character at least, or to any character, that but then is kept secret, because if something happens to the person who made that change and told you that change, then it's as if it never happened. So that's what I'm fearful of right now. We're going to try my camera in the top right hand side of the screen. While streaming from a PS4, if you don't have a capture card, you actually see your own picture on the screen. It's quite distracting and annoying, to be honest with you. But it has been covering up messages that were appearing in the top left-hand side of the screen. It may cover up things up here as well. We'll have to find out as we go. I did want to mention, if you don't know the story well, or you know it in passing but don't know it well enough to pull it up off your memory, it seems as if we've jumped in after Jaime Lannister has been captured, when Robb Stark has been named King of the North, and when things were looking up and very positive for the presumed quote-unquote good guys of the story, the Starks. If you know the story, things are about to change.
Fire. Fetch us more wine.
Can you give me a hand? Come on. Can I get up to you?
Yeah, no problem.
I have been a squire longer than you.
So?
I outrank you. You should help me. Fetch more wine, scrub my armor, clean my boots. Just my luck to end up with Norrin while you serve the Lord. Let him fetch his own wine for once.
You'd better watch your tongue, Bowen. It could be much worse.
What the fuck do you know about it? Nothing is worse than Norrin. See, that's where you're lucky. Low expectations. If I'd grown up covered in pig shit, shovel and slop, well, maybe I'd think saddling his horse was the greatest honor in the Seven Kingdoms.
This guy's really annoying.
I suppose this beats pig farming. But not by much. This is a job for a pig farmer. All I'm saying is, at this rate we'll never be more than this, which is nothing. The lowest of the low. For all I know, we could be squires for life. All in wine around a fucking wedding. What a waste of fucking time.
Give it time. You'll get there.
I'll try to encourage you one more time.
Maybe if my uncle were castellan at House Forrester, I'd feel different.
Who my uncle is, that's nothing to do with it. How much further?
It's right over there.
We're at the Red Wedding. Are you freaking kidding me?
Take your time.
You lot have drunk your share. Good thing Lord Walder's in a generous mood.
Fucking phrase.
Of all the places we want to be, the Red Wedding is the last place we want to be.
Not often he finds a willing husband for one of his daughters.
Don't expect me to carry it for you, Sir Garrett. What? What's wrong? What's gotten into you? You're acting rather odd.
We need to get back. Now.
They're fine, they can wait.
No, you don't understand. We need to go.
And take the fucking flagon already. What's wrong with him? Something the matter?
Owen, we have to go.
You go if you're in such a rush. But what about... What the hell was that about? Slow down, would you? What's the rush?
Run!
We need to get back to camp. We have to get back.
Gift from the king.
If my camera had still been in the way, I would have died there because I wouldn't have been able to see what I was supposed to hold.
Ready, boys! Whoa! Shoot that one! What?
That was actually quite hard. We're supposed to move the marker to the circle and then hit something. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. We'll see.
Ready, boys! Whoa! Shoot that one! What?
Okay. So it's move it with the right stick and then R2. Is it always move with the right stick? I guess if you're holding something, you move it with the right stick. If it's your body you're moving, you move it with the left stick, I think? Yeah, that's right. A little confusing. You know what? Roderick just got stabbed. Sorry, you know what's not going to work is inverted. I usually like inverted, but with it doing this, inverted probably won't work the way it's actually working. So let's turn that back off. I think this will make more sense to my brain in those quick moments. Oh my goodness.
Garrett, did you find Roderick?
Speak up, Garrett.
Did you see him or not?
The Freys. They slaughtered him, my lord.
Find a weapon, quickly!
Go, my lord, while there's still time.
We have to keep moving, my lord.
I'd never make it. They'll hunt us down like dogs.
Walder Frey says time. Don't
Guard this with your life. Return it to Ironrath, where it belongs. There's no time to waste. I'll be damned if I let it fall into the hands of those traitors.
Walder Frey says
You have to
about
go.
stage, you're welcome to the fucking torch.
I won't leave you, my lord.
Can, and you will.
My lord,
By the gods, you will obey me. Tell your uncle. Tell him. The North Grove must never be lost. Tell no one but him. Do you understand? You must swear. Tell only your Uncle Duncan.
I swear that I will, my lord.
Hey, it's those foresters.
Go. On your honor, you must do this for your house. Go!
Kill those fucking foresters! With luck, Walder Frey.
Okay. Very reminiscent of the intro to the show. I do hope that it will allow us to go to all these places. I would assume that it would. But probably not in this episode. That's maybe where we are from, that last place. Iron from ice. Okay, so far we've had some swearing and some violence, but interesting storytelling. Pretty good so far. Pig farmer.
Lord. Fresh.
Type A. Maybe it's pig's blood. Uh-oh. There's something over here to see with this wagon. Does not appear so. So we entered the commands to look at the cart. I think he's just going to walk up and do that.
That's Father's car.
Uh-oh. So we do have a father and an uncle?
Lord Bolton better give us fucking titles for this.
Bolton.
That may be coming, but at least still have his bacon. Move along, boy. There's nothing for you here.
Father.
I said move on. I recognize you. You're a Forester squire. Former Stark bannermen have no claim on land anymore. Or haven't you heard? The Starks are dead. Where'd you get that sword? Not a chance that sword is his. Must have stolen it. Out here by himself. Probably a deserter.
None of your fucking business.
We've got a mouth on
We're gonna
us.
feed you to the fucking pigs. That sword's too big for you, boy. You can barely pick it up.
Get off my land!
This is Bolton land now, boy. Lord Bolton is the new Warden of the North. I reckon he'd like a proper lordly sword like that.
Oh, I get it. I didn't know what button that was.
I'll have that sword, boy.
I don't think so.
Come get it, you bastard.
Finish this fucking pig farmer.
Pathetic.
Really?
You really are a pig farmer, aren't you?
Mercy, please. I beg of you. I have a family. They'll never survive without me. I have no quarrel with you. Thank you.
Lord Whitehill will see you hang for this. That much I promise.
Wow.
Father?
Garrett, you survived. Your sister. Oh, she hid. I tried to stop them.
I'll kill the men who did this.
That won't help anything. They were just following orders upon orders upon orders. So this is the stronghold of House Forrester. So I guess our uncle is... What did they call him? Was he a... Maybe he's in charge of this place? I don't know.
Garrett! Get the Castellan! Tell him his nephew survived!
Nephew of the Castellan. Okay.
Garrett!
I was too late. They were already dead.
Bring the Maester. Meet us in the Great Hall. Quickly!
Where's my sister?
2 Whitehill soldiers?
And a Bolton. They killed my family. And for what? My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's
She hid.
unimaginable.
unacceptable.
And was killed?
You have my condolences.
Thank you, mister.
Did they burn the place? What happened? I must have missed the visual cue.
The blade cut deep, but I should be able to save your leg.
Your justice was swift. Some will call it vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder. It was your family. I can't say I would have done any different than you.
They attacked me. I had no choice but to defend myself.
Of course. And we can't let the Whitehills just walk all over us.
These maggots ought to help prevent infection. Hold the wound open for me, would you?
Oh my goodness. Really? Just... There's gotta be another way.
Days, I fear. To lose the lord of the house and the eldest son through such a despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in times such as this. The late Lord Forrester was a good man. And poor Roderick. A serious man, but he would have made a good lord. The future of this house is in Lord Ethan's hands now, although he is young and altogether unprepared to lead.
Who are you again? And where's my uncle?
This might hurt a bit. Hold this for me, will you?
What? Why do I have to keep holding things for you?
I understand from your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his son Roderick. Not that Roderick couldn't handle himself. He was as good with a sword as any man I've seen. It's unfortunate the Citadel doesn't train maesters in the art of warcraft.
That's not how it happened. Roderick had already fallen.
Although I'd imagine Lord Forrester would sacrifice himself to save anyone from his house, high or low.
You know, we don't know for
Lady Forrester
100%.
will be here any moment now.
You have
I'd
to
like you
question
walk over
everything.
first to see if you can put any weight on that leg.
His sister really did. Did Roderick really die? We certainly saw him get hurt, and
Go
then
on.
the horse fell
Don't
on him,
stop
and
now.
he looked
It's better to let the
bad.
blood circulate.
I'm just saying, do we really know for sure?
The Ironwood Grove.
Have I delivered the message to my uncle yet? That's the shield we
Ironwood
used.
shield.
The strongest wood in the known world.
It did help us.
You seem to be favoring it. Always sad to see a warrior lose a leg.
I'm fine, Maester Ortengrin. Look, I'll show you.
Asher.
Asher. Exiled to Essos, unfortunately.
What?
Talia and Ethan. I suppose Lord Ethan now. Mira. Still in King's Landing, I suppose. Although, I wonder if they'll bring her home.
Love interest, I'm calling it now. Mira.
Lady Forrester. She's always been kind to me. Treated me like I was a Forrester myself. Ryan.
The youngest.
Never easy being the fourth-born son. Lord Forrester. It was an honour to squire for him. Gregor the Good. Roderick. He was our best warrior by far.
I may be mistaken. You do seem able to put weight on it. Rather cute little creatures, aren't they?
I
guess.
Not really. So he's the maester, or whatever you call him.
This might help.
Yeah, maybe more than maggots, you think?
No, you see there? You're limping again.
I'm fine, really.
It's merely a flesh wound. Okay, let's go talk to him.
Keep moving. I need to see you walk. Did your leg feel weak?
No. I just wanted to ask you. Who is the new Lord of House Forrester?
Why, Ethan, of course. At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve whichever noble house I was assigned. Advising the late Lord Forrester was an honor. Advising Ethan, his third-born son, is challenging. There's still so much he has to learn, yet the very fate and future of this house rests in his hands. Which is rather frightening when you think about it.
I don't fully trust him, but it's just like in this world you can't fully trust anyone, I guess.
Why do the Whitehills hate the Forresters?
I think it's safe to say the feeling is mutual. There's been enmity between the two houses for as long as anyone can remember. I don't doubt someone killed someone, which led to more killings of someones, and then, well, here we are.
The Whitehills want Forrester Ironwood.
Ah, they'd take it all if we'd let them, especially now with the Boltons in power, and proceed to clear-cut every last inch of it until there's nothing left, just as they've done before.
Can I go now?
I believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
Welcome home, Garrett. We're all relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what happened. Is it true? Your family... I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Off to bed now. Hurry on.
Garrett was just telling me how valiantly Lord Forrester fought to the end, even when all was lost.
I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know. Whatever you can recall.
He loved his family, my lady. He was very proud of Roderick.
Yet he was unable to save him.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion. But if you can remember anything, I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know.
Robb Stark named him to lead the van for the march on Casterly Rock.
A fitting tribute, no doubt. He was House Forrester's best.
This has been so incredibly difficult for us, especially the children. But I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed? If you can remember. It would mean so much to the family.
He asked me to return this to House Forrester. He said this is where it belongs. With his family.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response.
It's too dangerous, especially now.
Now is the time to...
We need to get our message to the uncle.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
I'm nervous about what's happening now within the house politics.
This was our land. They were our people. Your family.
Duncan is the uncle, right?
Sir Royland. I do, but now is not the time to provoke the Whitehills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Ramsay Snow.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution. This happened on Forester land.
Ramsay Snow's coming here.
Aye. He'll arrive within a week. Those men will say they were keeping the peace in the name of House Bolton.
And what would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads, while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard.
My uncle's right. We need to be smart.
Smart. Eddard Stark was smart. And look where that got him. So, what's to be done?
Still might have been the right thing to do, though.
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
How old is he?
Who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this. I'll accuse you of murder, and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
I've done nothing wrong.
Not in their eyes. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm afraid it's a risk we cannot take, which is why you cannot stay.
Makes sense.
Cannot stay? Duncan?
But where would I go?
The
Still got
one place beyond the reach of even House Bolton.
Still need to deliver a message.
You're sending him to the wall?
Huh?
The boy's done nothing wrong.
Not
I'll go
in
to
the
the wall.
eyes of the Boltons. I'm afraid it's the only solution.
I'll do what's best for the house.
For sure.
So I'll go. I'm not afraid.
I know
Jon
it doesn't
Snow is
seem
there.
fair, but it is what's best.
That settles it then.
A moment alone. Tell him.
You can have my horse, and I'll see you have plenty of food. But we haven't much time. The White Hills will come looking for you.
Wait. Got a message to deliver. Didn't I have a message to deliver?
Word up to me. I'd gladly drive a sword through Lord Whitehill's heart and give him a chance. I would. If God's willing, someday I will. But for now, I have House Forester to consider first. Lord Forester would be proud that you.
Do we think we'll make it to the wall this episode, or will this be the adventures?
Best men have volunteered for the wall. His own great uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch.
You're the only family I have left.
In my heart, I know I'll see you again.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
What?
Lord Forester asked me to give you a message. He said, the North Grove can never be lost.
Sorry, you caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed, if ever.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools, and it's better kept that way. I assume you kept your word. You haven't told anyone else, have you? This is important, Garrett.
Of course not. I told no one.
Well done. Lord Forester was right to put his trust in you. From this day forward, this will be our secret. But soon, I may need your help. But I can't say anything more.
No
yet.
idea if I can
Just
trust
know
even
that
him.
North Grove may
I guess I
very well
can.
be vital to the future of this house.
I'm assuming I can, but
Don't
it's
breathe
not a
word
safe
of it to
assumption.
anyone at the wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help.
You know, where we're located in the world, getting to the wall won't take as long as it would from some places.
Iron from ice.
Iron from ice.
Iron from ice.
So that's our little Lord
Remember, you represent
House Forester's little
Your
saying.
actions at the wall will reflect the honor and dignity of the house.
I'll serve with honor.
I know you will.
I really like our character, to be honest. Some of it's how we've played him, but some of it's just how he's written. Get it, my boy. Did they send me without a weapon? You know, I could have been wrong. She might be the love interest. Who knows?
Be safe.
It's really good so far. It's really good.
Ethan?
Are we playing more than one character? Do we play Ethan as well? Oh, that'd be cool.
I couldn't find him. Could you?
I really like Garrett though. So we know her already. Not that I remember her name. Maya?
He hides too well.
No, that was the other one.
Smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore.
Poor kid.
Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
You found me! Well done, Ryan. Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
Ryan.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise.
I can't make that promise.
Going anywhere.
You're in the wrong world to make that promise,
Mira
buddy.
was here.
Mira's the one in King's Landing.
And Roderick.
Asher? I don't remember where Asher is.
King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Who's Asher?
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
I don't
Asher
want her to
and...
die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall.
Can't remember.
I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
I don't know what he did to get sent away like that.
He'll be fine. Garrett is smart.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself. After all, you are the lord of the house now.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know, but I know it's not good. Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man.
It's a good idea.
He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Yeah. Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then, well, and everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them. It's for you to decide for yourself. I hope you don't change. I'd rather have a brother than a lord.
But
I'm not making false
lord,
promises, but
you can do anything you want.
I also feel like she's had enough reality for
Everything you
today.
have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once.
As many as you'd like, yes.
Really?
Of course. Why not?
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
Fine. If that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
Such a good storytelling device. It's really cool. Kudos. Alright, this is gonna be hard. Hard in
They
a
showed up unannounced. Lord
tough
Whitehill
kind of
was
way.
in the lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
The business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
What should I say to him?
Tell him and his men to leave.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men.
That's not how you survive in this world.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his family it's still a loss.
Thank you, Lord Whitehill.
My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life.
How dare you?
I dare, and I'll do as I damn well please. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Fetch Lord Whitehill some bread and salt. It was an oversight, Lord Whitehill. I promise it won't happen again.
Not likely. You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Lord Ethan.
We all serve House Bolton now.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business. Keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason? You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. Soldiers worth 100 of their type. Where's the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
I took care of it. He received his punishment and it's done. He's gone.
What? Gone? That was my justice to deliver, boy, and you denied me of it. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all. But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
Thank you for coming, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own, that the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Do your worst, you bastard.
No shortage of villains.
You must find your voice, my lord. Your enemies will interpret your silence as a sign of weakness.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
This is awesome. I'm actually okay with how we handled that, but...
Your sister can help us.
So we're playing
Although
Mira?
just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
So this is key, that they allow you to play a female character as well. I meant to say earlier, there's no way we're only playing male characters. I really hope that...
Asher sent me this coin, to remember him.
Where did Asher go?
Strange place, Essos.
Oh, he got sent across the sea or whatever, that's right.
Ethan made this for me.
Ethan.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Olenna. Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
She knows.
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday.
Wait, does she not know?
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
She's too old for Garrett. My first guess was incorrect.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you alright? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
We could have been a little nicer to the coal boy.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Lady Marjorie was a likable character
in the
books.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north, whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
What does she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Grovel.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
But don't go too far.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
I can't believe we're about to talk to Cersei.
Good luck.
Wow. The Iron Throne. Wait, is that what it's called?
You can do this.
Is that who I think it is? Is Tyrion up there?
Ah, Lady Marjorie.
It's interesting.
Aren't
So
you
they
looking
do
lovely
have
this evening?
versions.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace?
Actors from the book, the shows basically, are playing
With
the
your
characters.
permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is. The girl can speak for her house.
Joffrey is the one true king, Your Grace.
And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
They were the Wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too clever for her own good.
The girl did name Joffrey as the one true king.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Yes, Your Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies.
Okay.
I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the wall? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Robb Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
She was just following her heart, Your Grace.
And the very same heart so quickly led her to my son.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking
We
to
shouldn't have
reinvent
answered.
themselves.
We shouldn't have answered for
Pretending to
her.
be something they're not.
We should have stayed quiet
Who
on
knows
that
what
one.
lurks within their hearts. You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences.
That's
She
true.
takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
So, again, timeline. He is married to Sansa, or betrothed to her. Joffrey is betrothed to Marjorie. And we are caught in the midst of it all.
Mira, I was worried.
And I don't know this other handmaiden's name.
How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather different. At least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Sir Jaime, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What?
Sarah.
And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
You'll get us in trouble.
We're just having some fun. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
That's easy. No way.
He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I don't want to be queen, no matter who I'd have to marry.
Don't want to be queen? You northerners. You'd make a perfect scepter. Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as queen of the 7
You have no idea what you're saying.
I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off?
Somebody's gonna come in the door.
Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match. Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mirror. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am Queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
People are not always so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
You learn very quickly. You were brave agreeing to obey the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise, but my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mirror. If Cersei were to find out...
Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my...
Sorry, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that.
My lady, I will send a raven to my family at once.
So she's agreed to help, or at least try to. There's always a cost. So this is Garrett's journey. He's my favorite character so far.
Seven hells.
We're going to see if we can finish this first episode. Although, oh my goodness.
Let's play a little game, shall we? Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Goodness. I just can't handle Bolton. I mean, Ramsay, whatever his name is.
But he didn't make it easy. What with all that bloody noise?
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father was the Warden of the North.
He does now. How much further is it to these foresters?
Oh boy.
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh. Listen. There. Hear that? I know I heard something. Never mind. We've wasted enough time already.
I just don't know if I can look.
Bloody hell.
Lord Ethan.
Lord Ethan.
As I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership. But 300 generations of Forester Lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good. He was fair and wise and courageous.
Alright. I'm gonna have to stop the first episode here. I don't know, we may be well past halfway, but I just looked it up and the first episode is a little longer than I anticipated. So we'll break this up. If the second episode of this, if the second time we play this, we get through the first episode pretty quickly, then we may go into the second. If it lasts over half an hour or so, then we'll have part 1 and part 2 of episode 1. But anyway, so far I'm hanging in there. I'm loving the storytelling, and of course the setting. It does really remind you of the books, maybe more of the TV shows in the sense that the actors are the same actors, but I really enjoy the parts with the new characters that are introduced, the Foresters. So anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll try to get a part 2 of this up here pretty soon. We'll try to get this done in the next day, at least get part 2 of episode 1 done. So but as always, thanks for watching. MDawg out.